So now that I've tidied that up, you can see there's no I can at any time just select this object. So if I go show and hit isolated and view selected, you can just see this object here on its own. And the idea was to just go around and tidy up any extra edges that were left from the old model that we don't need. So for instance, we don't need these edges here. You just want to go back to the basic shell that we're using. So this is all getting rid of all the topology that you don't need, and at the end we can always come around and delete the faces on the back that we're not going to be using as well. But just for now, we'll just keep it the way it is, just to keep it simple, and as we're working on the actual structure itself. So if I go back on now and go back to the original model, if I click on that, you'll see that we don't need all these lines, these edges that we created, and the idea is to also tidy this up as well. We should have kept the original model, but in the process somehow I managed to lose that one. So what I'm going to do is quickly get rid of any faces that we don't need anymore. So if I just click on that, isolate that, we just won't need the window pieces, and we need to create the window piece for this. If you remember correctly, I forgot to make that earlier on. So if I just double click on all these edges and hold down shift, the edges that I don't need anymore, so these are the ones that are being selected currently. And if I backspace that, you can see that all the edges that were just in the middle, they're gone for now. So this one as well, don't need this one. This one's been used here, and this one don't need anymore, so just get rid of that. So that takes us back closer to what we started off with. Don't worry about this for now, we'll work on that in a moment. So if I unhide that and go back, so there's my structure on top of the window. I'll quickly create this again for this bit. Again, I'm going to do it roughly, so I'm just going to click on this here, and click on this bit here, just delete these faces, and that should give us what I was looking for. I'll delete the one in the middle there. There we go. So that's kind of created the basic structure of the house with where the windows are supposed to be. You can always tidy this up by getting rid of some of these edges, but what I'll do is I'll just keep it the way it is for now. So one of the things I can do is select this edge, and select this edge, and select that edge, and I'm going to extrude inwards again. So if I go back to my extrude option, which is if I go back into this bit here, or go onto this, I can give all this thickness as well, and I'm gonna give it just 0.2 should be fine, so it just pulls it back a bit. So I'll extend that kind of structure. So if I unselect that now and let that go, you can see that the structure started to take form there. It's looking more closer. So if I turn off the wireframe, there, sorry, that's the wireframe. There we go. You can see it. I started looking more like what we want it to be. So what we'll do next is we'll work on the windows and just add the window structures in there.